Good evening. I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel. I am launching this video to announce the start of my flagship course, which is called as Core 2 Current Affairs 2027. This will be a course that includes both prelims and mains. Certain topics, I'll just talk you through the entire topic list. The demo class that shall be held, it shall be held on 2nd of July at 10:30 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. If you want to attend the class in the offline mode, you need to register by sending a text message at the number that you can find in the description. These classes for Core 2 Current Affairs 2027, I have divided into three phases or into three stints, where the first phase or the first stint, it will run from July to November. Primarily in this first stint, we'll be covering the important core topics, which I'll just show you what are those core topics which I'll cover along with current affairs. So this will be first phase, foundation phase. We'll cover core topics or static topics along with current affairs. The class frequency, we will be having two phases, two sub phases here, where starting from July for 3 months, that is July, August and September, I'd say mid-September, July, August and mid-September, you would be having one class a week with me. September onwards, that is September, October, November, till maybe first week of December, that is again mid-September, October, November, December, almost 3.5 months, 4 months, we'd be having two classes in 1 week for the first phase, for the first foundation stint, where I'd be covering the core topics along with current affairs, which I'll just show you. In my second stint, I'd be jumping on to prelims. In this prelims phase, your Core 2 Current Affairs includes the current affairs of all the subjects. It also includes a module for mapping, which is called as Mappified. It also includes the complete module for science and tech and environment. So we'll be starting from December or January. This will be running till May, that is till your prelims, and you'll be having two classes a week. 2 to 3 classes in a week we'd be having, because February onwards we'll be covering mapping also. So you'll be having 2 to 3 classes in a week in the second stint, which is prelims phase, and then the last phase, the final stint, will be starting next year after prelims, after May, where for June, July, August, for 3 months we'll be covering the current affairs specific to civil services main. Whatever core topics are left, I have promised you certain core topics in the brochure. Whatever core topics have been left, those topics I'd be covering along with the current affairs for the past 1.5 hours to 2 years in this last stint, in this last phase, which is called as the final stint. So again, to summarize, we'd be having 3 phases, 3 stints in the entire course, that is commencing on 2nd July. First is July to November. Till September mid, you'd be having 1 class a week. From mid-September to December, you'd be having 2 classes a week with me. Then we'll jump on to the second phase. It is prelims phase, where we'll be covering science and technology, environment, mapping end-to-end. That includes current affairs as well as your static affairs or core topics. For these 3 subjects, again science and tech, environment, mapping, along with current affairs of other subjects. Number of classes will be 2 to 3 in a week. And then the last phase will be your phase of civil services main, that will start after prelims next year. For 3 months, we'll be covering the remaining core topics, remaining static topics. I'll just show you what those core static topics are, along with the current affairs for civil services main. The details of the course: first, there'll be no handout, there'll be no PDF that shall be given to you. If any material is given, it shall be my notes only. I will give you everything in the class. You need to write everything on the board the way I write on the board. There are several classes, they are freely available on YouTube. आप उसको देखिए, उसमें आप देखिए मैं कैसे एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ, कैसे बोर्ड पे लिख रहा हूँ. हमने हिट रेट की वीडियो भी डाली है, आप उसको भी रेफर करिए. This will be a comprehensive class only focused on your class notes. Second, in the second phase, हम जब prelims के phase पर shift करेंगे December, Jan onwards, we'd be attempting monthly multiple choice questions. These MCQ tests will be focusing on current affairs. In this second phase, again I repeat, starting from December or Jan, we'll be covering monthly MCQ tests for current affairs of the previous months, which will be starting from May, June 2026. assistants for the interview, the ones who would be qualifying for the interview, I'd be having discussions for current affairs with them. They'd be also promised one-to-one sessions with me where I'll take their mock interviews and I'll help them to improvise on their performance. Then medium of classes, this is also a very popular question. I'm recording this video in English, but the classes they'd be in Hindi come English. I'll explain the point in English, then I'll explain the same thing in Hindi. All those students who have been taught by me in the past, they very well know that I am bilingual. The ones who cannot understand Hindi, they'll not struggle. The ones who cannot understand English, they'll not struggle. But the class notes and everything which I write on the board, like you can see here on this PPT also, that shall be all written in English. So language of communication shall be English as well as Hindi, but I will explain the points in both the languages. Class notes shall be in English. Answer writing shall obviously be taken. You would be discussing answer writing with me. We'll be doing answer writing in the classes in the first and the third stint, because obviously prelims does not involve any answer writing. I'll give you a model question in class, which could be a PYQ also. It could be a question very similar to what comes up in the main. You would attempt that question, then I'd show you live. I'll attempt that question live before all of you. I'd show you the model answer and evaluate some of the answer copies of the online and offline students right in the class. But I again repeat, only some of the answer copies can be evaluated by me in the class. Then what you need to do, this is also a very common question कि हमें क्या करना है, हमें PIB पढ़ना पड़ेगा, हमें योजना पढ़नी पड़ेगी, हमें कुरुक्षेत्र पढ़नी पड़ेगी. You be absolutely very clear. There's only one thing which I always advise all my students, that is a prerequisite. No one can qualify civil services examination, pre, main or interview without reading the newspaper. So you just need to do one simple thing. You just need to read the newspaper. Any newspaper that you like reading, could be the Hindu, could be the Express. You suit yourself, but newspaper reading has to be carried. It is my advice. I will cover everything in the class, but to ensure a better synaptic connection in your brain, to ensure that you are able to easily understand my arguments and also understand facts and also develop your own individual arguments, newspaper reading is what I advise. Even if you don't do, I'll cover everything here in the class. Then class schedule is again very simple. We have seen previously the class frequency. Class schedule, the class, if it is held once a week, it shall be held either on Wednesday or it shall be held on Thursday. या बुधवार को होगी या ये बृहस्पतिवार को होगी, this particular class. Then after September, that is for June, that is for July, August and September, we'd be having classes once a week on Wednesday and Thursday. Mid-September onwards, that is September, October, November, till your mains next year, you'd be having classes twice a week, as I've already discussed. The days will be Wednesday or Thursday and Saturday or Sunday. तो या Wednesday या Thursday में से कोई भी एक दिन होगा, और इसके साथ फेज 1 के सेकेंड फेज में और फेज 2 और फेज 3 में हम क्लासेस को लेंगे सैटरडे या संडे, दोनों में से किसी एक दिन. तो या तो वेडनेसडे या थर्सडे या सैटरडे संडे में से किसी भी एक दिन क्लास होगी. वो मैं आपको अनाउंस करूंगा एप्लीकेशन पे. जो भी स्टूडेंट्स एनरोल्ड है उनको पता है कि आई इन्फॉर्म देम प्रायर, सो दे कैन ऑलवेज प्लान योर क्लासेस. उसके बाद समय, द क्लास विल स्टार्ट 10:30 AM onwards. What shall be covered? Again, to keep it absolutely clear, current affairs obviously will be covered. The course is called as Core to Current Affairs, but we'll be covering complete end-to-end mapified course. Science and technology and environment, both of them end-to-end shall be covered by me in the class. For some conceptual areas I'll take up in the class. For some of them, I might give you 1 or 2 recorded videos so that you can just familiarize and we can utilize the class timings for the best. So you need to engage with me that ways. So complete current affairs along with these 3 end-to-end core to static end-to-end coverage will be made for these 3 areas. Then also prelims 120 is included in your course. You don't need to worry about that. Then after that, for civil services main, these are the core topics, the static topics which I'll cover. In paper 1 in Indian society, I'll cover women issues, poverty and development, urbanization, globalization, and its impact on Indian society. In geography, I'll cover water resources, geophysical phenomena, and cryosphere. As far as paper 2 is concerned, I'd cover judiciary, parliament, local self-government, and center-state relations and polity. In governance, I'll cover NGOs, SHGs, donors, charities, other stakeholders. In social justice, I'll cover these topics: health, education, human resources, poverty, and hunger. And IR is completely based on current affairs, so that will be taken completely by me in the class. As far as paper 3 is concerned, now this is very important. Entire paper 3, that is 100% coverage of paper 3, shall be carried by me in the class before you. So for all of these topics, you should be having your crisp notes. You just need to revise them for the examination. You don't need to refer any other material, just the notes which I've discussed in class you need to refer. Along with this, most important, so that we have a clear expectation, just like Citizens Charter, what is your expectation, what is not covered in the course. The mains test series is not a part of this course. For prelims, we are covering current affairs, MCQs, those will be taken by me in the class, but any mains test series is not a part. We'll be doing answer writing for PYQs, for the questions, for the topics which I take in class, but it's not an answer writing course. It's not a mains test series. Also, one-to-one mentoring or mentoring generally is not a part of the course. I will not evaluate your test papers individually. I will not see all of your prelims papers. What I'll do is I'll give you my templates, I'll discuss my ideas, I'll take all your academic doubts, but mentoring, mains test series, and prelims test series for static areas, static topics, that is not a part of this course. This is how the course has been planned by me. I again repeat, the first demo class shall be held on 2nd July at 10:30 a.m. For fees and other details, you can refer the course brochure in the description. I would also advise all the students to go through my lectures on YouTube. They'll be giving you a good feel of how I teach. My pedagogy, it becomes easier for you to understand my teaching. And finally, for all the students, if you enroll in the course before 1st or on 1st of July, there is an early commitment benefit of ₹2,000. You can refer that, you can refer the brochure. For any other details, for any other concern, you can always write at the office number. With this, I'd like to conclude the video, and I wish all of you best of luck for your examination. Thank you.